Well, I think one of the biggest things, and it's connected to some of the comments made here, which all really, if you put like a big kind of heading over it, it's about culture to a large degree. It's about what kind of place is it to go to work in the morning, whether you want to keep somebody or attract somebody. And as it relates to, for example, growth, which is where I often get brought in with somebody who says they need to grow. And that usually is driven by two things. They actually want to grow because they still have fire in the belly to grow the business, or they spoke to somebody like you folks and want to sell, and they were told to get the number they need to get, they have to grow. Mm-hmm. So there's a problem there. The house is on fire. And one of the first things we focus on is, kind of the inner game. Like, do you not only do you have fire in the belly, but do you believe you can win? So one of the things, and I think it's important in terms of either attracting talent or retaining talent, is do you, especially as leaders, as owners, do you actually have a winning attitude? And I know that sounds a little bit soft and fuzzy, but it's a real thing because people know, when you've been part of an organization that felt it should win versus you were part of an organization that felt it was like the Chicago Cubs. Oh, sorry, that's an exceptional story now. But used to be able to say that reliably, right? So there you go. But that's the point. You have to have that vision that you're going somewhere. And then you say, well, I'm not so sure about that. Well, then that's worth examining. Why don't you feel like you're going to win? Do you feel you're just in business because it's what you've been doing for the last 20 years? And do you have anything that you're doing that's any better, any different in the marketplace? And if you don't, then get to it. That's where you have to start focusing your attention. And that is a very attractive place to go to work. It's an attractive place to stay. The opposite, the corollary of that, of course, is that if you have everyone's kind of down in the dumps, man, we're still living 2008, flat is the new growth, and you walk around that way saying things like that to explain failure, that means you accept failure. And frankly, no one wants to jump into a boat that has 8 holes in the hull already. And I think that's a big difference. So it's a subtle point, but it's a really important point as leaders of our companies to believe we can win and find reasons to believe that. It can't just be, I think I can, I think I can. You have to ground it in some fact. But find the fact base, build a case for why you can win in your companies.